This is Veronica Patik, and I have an intention to start a new project by interviewing people who I met in my life and had an impact in my personal growth, in my professional growth as well. And today I have a guest. This is Deany Judd, who is my mentor on teaching online, and she has an amazing project, and I would like Deany to share with us, and I hope a lot of you will benefit from this discussion, especially nowadays when a lot of us, we lost our jobs and we are in a fear maybe and a lot of uncertainty about our future and about our income. So what Deany is doing could be a solution for many of you. So stay with us, please. So Deany, could you tell a bit of your background and how did you come up with the idea of building the platform which a lot of teachers benefit
Sure, Veronica. Lovely to talk to you. So yes, I was an English teacher for, over 10 years in the classroom, and which I loved, a job I loved. And then I had my family and I wanted to be at home with them. So at that point, I looked around and what could I do? So I started to write for newspapers, and I was a freelance writer for quite a long time, which was great, worked beautifully around the children. But as all educators will know, all teachers, all tutors, everybody involved in education will know, it just has this kind of pull on you, doesn't it? It just kind of makes you, it's just such a great job that I always was helping children, friends' children, and with their studies, and I always have loved technology. So about 8 years ago, I put these two loves together, and I launched a platform called Star Student. And on this, I tutored children online like this. Now, 8 years ago, let me tell you, that was a whole different ballgame. Parents were kind of almost suspicious of your motives. They thought it was a bit strange. They didn't understand it. And they were very slow to come to the party, if you like. However, once they tested it, once they tried it, they saw the benefits of working online. They saw that it saved time, that you could work from anywhere, and it was just much more convenient as a parent. There was no driving around, there was no interaction. So the platform I built was great because all the materials were there and all of that. So that worked beautifully. And then slowly other tutors came to join me, and I kind of farmed out work for them. And then I realized that actually lots of teachers were saying to me, I'd like to work this way. How do I work this way? And so the kind of idea for how to tutor online, a course for anybody working in education or any area, actually, anybody who wants to work online can use. That was 3 years ago, and I've got lots and lots of teachers in there from all over the world teaching all sorts of subjects.
Yeah, I would like to say that 2 years ago when I discovered your program and I started going through your modules, I could find how easy and well structured were the modules. Very clear, simple, and not overwhelming. People with no experience can benefit of it, and that should not be something that will pull them away because they are not tech savvy.
Yes, no. Hopefully it addresses that. There were certainly where they were having put the course together. It struck me that there were two bottlenecks where people came a bit unstuck, and that was, how do I get a website built, and how do I get students? Yeah. And so the world has moved on at such a pace technologically, that building a website now is not nearly as difficult as it was certainly 8 years ago, but it's still quite a daunting prospect. And so I got together with a developer, and I have now got a How to Tutor online website as well that anybody working online can buy. And that's been a great asset to people. It means that they can come to that part of the course. I need a website. And do you need a website to work online? It's a bit like, I always say, it's a bit like a hairdresser saying they don't have a pair of scissors. It's a pretty essential tool. So that addresses that, and I'm delighted with that. The second part was, where do I get students? And I have now, just at the start of 2020, the timing has been perfect, launched an online tutor directory, which is called Star Student, where tutors, educators, anybody offering a course online or working online can be found. And I'm kind of just in the early stages of launching that. I've got lots of tutors on it, and we're trying to get the word out on that. And lastly, the kind of, what I would call the sort of the real end goal working this way is to have a course that is available to people anytime they want. So there's tutoring online like this, Veronica, where you and I are talking to each other, and I would be tutoring and I would be teaching something. But I can record this and then have that live on a platform, and that's available to people to buy. And what that involves is you marketing that. And that's what I teach in my How to Tutor online course, is marketing as well. You know, we're not just, you know, if you're passionate about a subject, whether it be an academic subject, whether it be a creative subject, you've got to get it out there. And that's what I teach as well on How to Tutor online. And I also have a platform as well available now. So I've got the full How to Tutor online on a box, the full working online offering available now,
Yes.
for anybody who wants to work online.
Yeah. You know, because I'm coming from Republic of Moldova, and I keep in touch with teachers there, because I'm coming from education, and they have a very huge struggle now, and they are in a big dilemma, because comparing with UK, for example, where you can find the curriculum on a website on BBC, BitSize, and there are other places where, you know, parents can access that program and go step by step, and they have quite a peace of mind that their child can follow and develop harmoniously during the years. Even they can do homeschooling, but in Moldova they don't have this kind of resources, and teachers are overwhelmed and trying to keep the level up, and there is a lot of chaos, because parents are not ready, and not everybody is familiar with the platform, and there are different platforms. Not everybody is on the same platform, and it's very overwhelming. So still, having these two countries in my vision, so still I see the need in UK of tutoring online. So how do you think, or how can you bring a bit of light? Is it sufficiently enough to have these courses online and be accessible anytime, or still teachers must be in contact with students and help them?
So during this time, you mean, Veronica?
Yes, because you know, in Moldova there is a problem that parents cannot access this curriculum, because there is nothing saved, or no courses available on online platforms.
Yes. So I can't comment on this, on your situation, but I know that in the UK that this has been a period of huge learning for teachers, and they've been forced online here in the UK, and they have resources that they can share online. There are lots and lots of online resources, free, that I'm sure can be accessed from Moldova as well. I don't think that certainly isn't a problem in the UK. I think it's more the technology like this kind of thing that people are struggling with. And I mean, at the moment, and I'm sure it's the situation worldwide, I mean, for instance, I have got 3 children who are in their 20s, so they've all come home just now. So my husband's working from home, I'm working from home. they're working from home. The demands on the network are huge, but also it's just this, I cannot imagine how difficult it must be for me to work from home and also try and homeschool 3 children. Not, thankfully, I'm not having to do that anymore, but lots of people are, and it's causing a huge amount of stress. So I think the fact that there are lots of things, as you've already mentioned, bite size, and there's lots. There's Twinkle is one. We have lots and lots of tutors, and that's I don't know if that's what you're sort of thing. I've got lots of tutors online who are very happy to share stuff on the Star Student platform now, and we're trying to get that out there. But yes, it's difficult.
And now, when teachers are realizing that they need to create their own courses and put them online, how can they benefit from your course, for example? How can they access? Of course, I will put the links in the description.
Okay. Well, it's affordable at the moment is not what affordable was 2 weeks ago, is it? Everybody's worried about money. But certainly what I would say is that the course will certainly show you how to it's a full comprehensive course, how to make materials, how to use technology, and how to run an online tutoring business, as well as where your materials can live, where your courses can live, how to get students. It's the full package. I don't think you would be left thinking, oh, I don't know about this at the end of it. But more than anything else, and I can't stress this enough, is the community that I've got worldwide, hugely supportive, hugely out there, willing to help each other. And now that we've got this Star Student platform, I'm hoping that can only increase in terms of, I know a good English teacher, I know a physics teacher, I know a chemistry teacher, I know free resources you can use. So it's a coming together of all these different elements, which I'm working on at the moment.
And I want to add the importance of the community. It is huge because you see that you are not alone, and somebody already who went through all these challenges can give you support. And that shortens your journey. You are not so stressed and overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and it's a great time if you're housebound at the moment, as we all are. It's a great time to just focus in on it, get it done, ask for help. And we have a weekly meeting as well where we all share ideas and talk to each other. And, it is a great community. And all of that is kind of packaged in the price. I think it's still pretty reasonable, but anyway, it's all relative. But there's a Facebook group that which maybe you could put the link to as well, Veronica, which is for people who haven't taken the course yet, but are thinking about it and want information on how to work online in a digital space. And the thing is that, we've got piano teachers, we've got florists, we've got people teaching drama, anything you're passionate about, any expertise you can share is marketable. And whether that be in the workplace, a course in the work, personal development course, or how to bake cakes, or how to open a coffee shop, or anything that you have an expertise in is a course. And this time has made that very evident.
Yes, and I wanted actually to emphasize that people should not think that this platform is limited only for tutors and teachers. It is actually for everybody who has the skill and want to share that with people. Especially nowadays when we are facing this nature, the nature is putting us to review all our human values, because our life was quite crazy. We were spending a lot of time at work, away from family, in traffic, and we were disconnected with our children, and they were missing us. And it was quite, not quite, but very negative impact in our relationships with our partners. And even before the crisis, people already had that need to make a change in their life and get more flexibility and freedom.
Yes.
Yes, and freedom at all levels, time freedom, financial freedom, and geographical freedom. So, so my intention through these videos I'm creating and interviews is to bring awareness to people that actually they can make a transition from traditional way of earning money to a digital way.
Yeah, there is a different way to work. There is a different way to work, and it's you know, nobody's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, do you want to work this way? You've got to do it yourself. You've got to kind of make that leap yourself. And now is the best time possible to find out about all the options. But it's very, very doable. And you know, when you're sharing a skill, in many instances that can change lives. So it's marketable, it's sellable, you know, and people want what you've got to offer.
Yes, that's why, and also it's good because you are not limited geographical with certain number of people, because when you have a traditional business, you are limited with your local, with your community. Or you have to make branches in different regions, and you have to travel a lot. You pay the rent, you pay people, and there are a lot of overwhelm. But when you do that online, is much easier, and you can reach an almost unlimited number of people if you know how to do marketing.
Yes, definitely, yes. My daughter, who is she's finished at university now, and then she's working in banking now. But she at university did Mandarin and studied Mandarin, took it up for 1 year only. She wasn't very good at it, but she passed the exam, and she had to pass that exam in first year. And she looked around, she was in Edinburgh University, and she looked around for a tutor, somebody to help her. She couldn't find one at all, but she found somebody online in Florida who could teach her. And so, you know, it worked beautifully, absolutely beautifully. You know, she didn't need to leave her hall, she didn't need to leave anywhere, you know, she just logged on like this, and off she did conversational Mandarin, and you know, it worked really well.
Yeah, but I think it is important to know English, otherwise. So I'm just thinking about English teachers from Moldova. So they will start doing that, then later can create their similar programs for teachers who are not so fluent in English.
Yes.
And so this way we can create and help each other, support each other, I mean. And you mentioned about your experience as a journalist earlier in your past. So another way of making money is copywriting. And I was thinking that there are teachers, for example, they could use their skills by creating content and make money out of that. And
absolutely.
Outsourcing, offering their services as outsourcing option.
Yes, definitely. Yes, and there's a big market for that. Fiverr, Upwork are two of the ones that come to mind. And I've used people, even copywriters, you know, in all parts of the world. I outsourced a lot of stuff. I've worked with Facebook ad people in New Zealand, Australia, India. I'm working with a lovely guy at the moment in India who's helping me with my Facebook ads. My copywriter was from, I think she was in Canada. You know, and when I say, you know, I used her one off, you know, and just like, can you just have a quick look at her specialty was landing pages, which you can find out about in the course, and that was her specialty. Designers, all sorts of people who you can use online. And so the world of work is changed, but still changing very, very quickly. And we can earn money now online quite easily from our skills.
And also we can help other people from other countries with a lower income, for example, from Asian countries, as you mentioned, from India, Singapore.
Yeah.
So in Europe, here where our wages are relatively higher, we can just do that outsourcing, and this way we help each other.
Yes, absolutely.
can
Yeah.
grow this way. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yes. It's just a time to kind of take stock and, you know, you don't have to commit to it like, you know, it's nothing is set in stone. It's just a time to think, let's have a look at this. Let's look at how this could be. And then you just put one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. And before you know it, you think, oh, wow, I've kind of created a whole new career, a whole new job from my passion.
And it is the right time now because we all stay home and that could be last for months. So why
Yeah,
not using this time in reinventing ourselves and
yeah.
learning new skills
Yes,
instead of
definitely.
wasting time watching Netflix or
Enjoyable.
arguing.
It is. Never wasting time, Veronica. It's never a waste.
Yeah, not for ones who grow and invest in themselves.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yes, no, it is. It's an ideal time for that. Yeah, and I've seen a big upsurge in people who, like yourself, who bought the course and then said, "Do you know what, I need to." You know, there's been a lot of people who, you know, really knuckling down now to it and getting going with it, which is lovely to see.
Yeah, thank you for creating this course. It brings a
Oh,
lot of
thanks.
hope for a
Yes.
lot of people that there is an alternative actually, and they should not be depressed and disappointed.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. No, it's a time of worry. It's a time of fear. There's no doubt, but it's also a time of great hope, but and of you know, new possibilities.
And also, this hope must not be an illusion that that will happen by itself. You have to put a lot of work in that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you how, in general, from your students' experience, how long does it take to build a website, to create a course? Is it a long journey? Is it how people
So
do go through this
yeah.
experience?
So you won't be surprised to know that there's not really a set answer to that. I wish there was. It would make life much easier. It really depends on a couple of things. It depends on your starting point. How tech savvy, how knowledgeable are you? And lots of people come in to the course and they have no knowledge at all. How comfortable are you with technology, as well as your knowledge? And then how prepared are you to work at it? How hard are you going to work at it? Now, at the moment, there's absolutely really no excuse. You know, even an hour a day can make such a difference. And so I've had people who've come in and they've absolutely blasted it and they've been up and running very, very quickly. But they were maybe starting from quite a you know, a high technological level. So and then others who've run at it and got really good, got far very quickly. When they don't have any knowledge, it's really just depends on your approach and your starting point would be the answer. But there's no reason why you can't. I mean, I wouldn't put a time on it, but you know, the stuff is there, the support is there, the help is there. You know, the materials are there to help you, and
Yeah.
all the bits that could cause a problem, I've addressed and are now available to everybody. So there's nothing, there's no part of it that I don't think, oh gosh, that's, you know, everything's there for you.
Yes, and on this note, I want to mention, but actually, from my experience, when I started my research on what are the opportunities of working
Mm-hmm.
online, building a website, actually, you can find on YouTube, on Google, a lot of information, almost everything for free. But
Yes.
it's so overwhelming, and there are different people there, and you don't know who to trust. And sometimes it takes a lot of time and
Yeah.
overwhelm.
Yeah. I agree with you. Everything's out there. There isn't anything I teach that you can't find online. But what I do is I present it in a logical sequence. Do this, then do this, then do this. So it's a step-by-step approach. You don't need to go and look for other stuff. It's all there for you. And I kind of take you by the hand and we go through it. And now with this great community going, everyone else takes your hand as well and helps you along the way. It's great. It's great. I'm
Yes,
very proud of it all.
me too. I'm so happy to be a part of your
Good,
community.
Veronica. Delighted to have you. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so at this point, I wanted to mention and emphasize that how important it is to have a mentor. It takes a lot of overwhelm away, and
Yeah,
that makes your time shorter and you are more efficient. And you are
yeah.
confident in you, that builds your confidence when you start having results and small steps
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
achievements.
Hmm.
That
Yeah,
helps
hopefully.
move forward. So, final words then.
Mm.
What would be your wishes to people who are listening to us, and how can they change their lives? Maybe what insights can you bring to our audience?
Oh, what can I bring to the audience? Well, I hope that I can impart the idea that there is another way to work. I think I've said that already. There is another way to work, and there are people working this way already, willing to help you, to show you the ropes, to show you that you know, once you get going with this, you will have more time, you will have a bit more freedom. You can work from anywhere in the world that you are, not very far at the moment, that's for sure. But and that it's, use technology. We should, this is using technology. This is the best part of technology, to use technology to impart something that you're good at, that you're skillful in, that you can help other people. It's it's um it's a I know I would say this, but it's a really lovely way to work. It really is. And come and find out about it. Come and find out about us. Join the Facebook group, and and then look into my website, where there's lots of blog posts with people working this way already, and interviews with people a bit like this as well.
Yeah, I want to say that you are very modest when I ask you about the price, and I want to say that your price is absolutely affordable, and it's very for me, when I discovered that I can benefit from such amazing course at such a low price for me, because I think if you know what is your goal and you are um, oriented to create your own business, then you can see that yes, that is earthy and it's good, and I deserve to myself to benefit of this course. So
Yeah,
yeah, I just
yeah,
encourage everybody to explore, be resourceful and open-minded.
yes, yes. I think the I in the United Kingdom, obviously we have the NHS, which is free, and in Scotland, where I am, we have free orthodontal care as well. So braces are free here, which they're not in England, which is just, over the border. Um, and I used to take my three children to the orthodontist. At one point, I thought I was going to be asked out on the Christmas night out. I was at the Christmas party, the staff Christmas party. I was there so much, but every time I went to the orthodontist, I'd sit, and on the board was a sign that said how many people had missed appointments in a month. And it was hundreds. It was something like 430 appointments missed this month. And every time I looked at it, I used to think, that's because it's free. And nobody appreciates anything that's free. They really don't. Now, when I first launched this course, it was much more expensive. And I because there was so much in it, and it had taken so long for me to put this course together, and it covered every eventuality. It covered the course materials, the technology, and the marketing. And I felt like, well, I'm going to charge money for this. I'm going to charge a lot of money for this because it's whatever. And then it took me a while to work out, well, actually, teachers don't, people, not just teachers, but it's not it wasn't the right price for me. It wasn't. I the minute I lowered the price, I got lots more people in, and then so that sat right with me, and I found my kind of niche price, if you like. But yes, the stuff is free online, but if I made my course any lower, I know for a fact that people would buy it and not do it. you know, you've got to pay to appreciate things in many ways in life, I think, and I found that out. So a bit like the orthodontist's appointments, we don't turn up for things that are free in the same way. So yeah.
Unfortunately, it is true. That's why I encourage.
I know that it's the course is £297, but I do have three payments available as well for people who can't make the payment or don't want to make the payment at this point in one go. The website is an amazing offer. It's honestly £129, and that includes amazing support, really amazing support. So any problem you have putting that website together, you just send an email, and within 24 hours you'll have somebody having made a video for you or sending you, specifically for your, so that, and 6 months hosting. You won't get any better.
So is it one payment?
One payment, yes, it's one payment for that one. Yeah, 129. And the platform, which I haven't really done much on yet, is 149. And so that's your whole course living online as well.
Yeah, so it's amazing and affordable.
Yeah. So for the course and a website and a platform, I mean, you could do that whole lot for just over £500. So you would have a whole business going for just over £500. So yeah, and the contact and the support, who can put the price on that, So I don't have any qualms about that part of it, Veronica.
Yeah, it is amazing. So thank you for sharing that with us. And these are the answers to a lot of questions. I know.
Good. Lovely to talk to you.
Yeah. So let's say goodbye then to people, and I hope you will accept my invitation in the future.
I definitely will. I will. Yes, and I look forward to hearing from lots of people who are watching this. And with any questions that they have, just reach out. No problem.
Thank you.
Bye now. Thanks.